This institution kind of demands a lot of energy, a lot of time, and a lot from your spirit, really, and that's difficult to adjust to. But I do want to say that I'm really grateful for spaces like CLAA or the CLSD to help me survive this successfully. And although I've gotten a lot from these spaces, I do think that they could use an increase in visibility and access to resources and infrastructure.
Housing can become very expensive, especially here in the Bay Area, so I think it's important to find ways to make sure that we're able to find space here at the university where we can make housing affordable for undocumented students. We do need a lot more help, and we do need a lot more resources and folks who are willing to contribute to making sure that undocumented students have the resources they need to succeed.
Like the struggles that our community faces here on campus, there's a lot of like worry and just struggle within housing and food insecurity, because we live in an area where there's incoming students and outgoing students all the time. So rent is never a for sure thing, and it's always something that people are stressed out about or struggling about. And it's a conversation that I feel like I have so often with people.
I definitely, had trouble trying to figure out with my family how I'm going to pay rent for some of the months that I was here, or I had to really keep tight on my budget so I can afford groceries from time to time. And it's already a very stressful environment living here, and it's even more so when you have to think about whether or not the food that you have at home is going to make at the end of the week.
So I think that's something that's very unfortunate to hear from so many people that I consider friends, but as well as just community members that I encounter every day through the office.
Being undocumented has really kind of limited my capabilities. There's also a lot of programs on campus that I can't participate in because there are citizenship regulations, or there are also a lot of scholarships that I can't apply for. So I think financially it's been really difficult, and folks who come from low-income backgrounds also have to contribute to the family household income and make sure that our families are surviving while we're over here trying to survive at Cal. So I feel like these spaces have all been pivotal in me being able to succeed here at Cal, because as a transfer student, like I mentioned, I was very limited in how much I could get involved in and what type of research I could engage in. And these spaces have provided the resources and the mentorship necessary for me to really fully develop myself.
These spaces are vital for students like myself and our collective success. Honestly, if it wasn't for spaces like this, I don't know where I would be in terms of my personal achievements or my emotional development.
These spaces weren't something that the university just gave to us or just put in place. It's something that both students fought for, as well as other staff that were passionate about this. And I think that as a result, our spaces are not a priority for the university to give funding to. And that's why I appreciate so much the generosity of previous Latinx students who came through Cal and who are now part of CLAA and who are willing to give back to the community, because that's really how our community thrives and how our community grows. It's a very special thing, but it's also super empowering to know that we are thriving because of one another, and it's not just because of ourselves or because of what the university gives us, but it's because we support each other.